How much does it cost to live in Mexico? So if you're thinking of working remotely or living abroad, watch this video. So I lived in the Riviera Maya for about 2 years, and during that time, I had a residual income of like $500 a month, and I was able to live comfortably off that. But I did some freelance stuff, some other sales stuff, and obviously making more money is going to make it more enjoyable. But you can live off of 500, but I would definitely recommend at least 1,000, maybe 2,000, just to be able to do all the stuff you want to do while you're there. The second most important thing I got asked is it safe? Like I said, I was there for over 2 years and I never experienced or witnessed really anything bad happening. Obviously, it's a major city. It's anywhere there's humans, anywhere in the world, there's going to be a criminal element, but I never witnessed it or I never experienced it. The third most common thing I get asked is, where do you recommend staying? Now, when I first got to Cancun or the Riviera Maya, I actually traveled to all the major cities. I went to Holbox, I went to Playa Carmen, I went to Tulum, and I stayed at hostels the first couple of days as I looked for places to live. I also asked the employees, I asked the locals, I asked the other hostel people what they recommend, what they know about the city, and I just gathered a ton of information. The first year I was in Cancun or in Riviera Maya, I was actually in Playa del Carmen. I really enjoyed it. I really loved it. But then after about a year, I moved to Cancun, and I kind of liked it a little bit more. It's more is what I was used to. I'm from Houston, or I lived in Houston. I was in a lot of major cities, and it just kind of felt more with what I was used to. But you can look around on Facebook Marketplace. There's tons of places to shop. That's where I found the most amount of information. And the most important thing I learned, well, I never experienced it, but I would just always, when I would message people, I was like, is this available and when can I look at it? Never pay sight unseen. I heard of scams. It never happened to me, but maybe those were all the people that ghosted me, because that was always the second question I asked is when can I see it? And there were a couple people that didn't respond, and maybe those were just scammers. I don't know. But there are scammers out there, just like with any city. I live in Houston, and there's scammers here. So don't assume that there's not going to be scammers in Mexico. And then the fourth and most common question I get asked is how's the internet speed? Guys, it's fiber optics, internet, very fast internet. The only place I didn't have really good internet speed was in Holbox. It's because it was a little island. Actually, in Isla Mujeres, it wasn't too bad, but Holbox, for some reason, I just never really got a good connection. But other than that, I had a good experience overall. But if you have any specific questions about living in Mexico or living abroad or living in Riviera Maya, let me know in the comments. All right, thanks.